Hello and welcome to Hybrid, powered by chinkseyMEDIA. Eberechi Eze and Leandro Trossard helped us beat Port Vale to reach the fourth round of the Carabao Cup, and Mikel Arteta addressed the press after our win at Vale Park. Our number 10 opened the scoring after 8 minutes before Leo came off the bench to add a second with 5 minutes to go. Here's everything Mikel said after the match at Vale Park. On his summary of our performance, something that was discussed before the game, I think what was at stake in this game is your reputation as a club, as a team, as an individual. And we play these type of games. I've been here long enough to understand it's going to be very tricky. I think we started the game really well, very dominant, scored a goal, have another 3 or 4 chances that we didn't manage to score the goal. And in the second half, we lost a little bit of grip on the game, especially with the direct play, with all the throw-ins to the sidelines and winning territory and then again. And we lacked a bit of dominance and control. With a few adjustments, we got back to that. And we scored a beautiful goal, the second goal. The ball from Willie. I don't do pauses, but yeah, bun up. And the quality of Leo on the finish is top drawer. And in general, happy with the win, the clean sheet, and the debut of Kepa for us today. Ebbs' goal, his first for the club, and then the fact that even making 9 changes, the team can still perform really well. Yeah, I mean, props to Port Vale for a very spirited, good performance from them. They gave it their all, came up short in the end. We put out a strong side today. 1 or 2 players missing from injury, and Capier would have liked to have started this game, as would Noni Madueke. It was nice to see Max Dowman come on and get some substantial minutes. Looked good, some good turns and twists. But I just find it funny that Mikel Arteta is basically calling out Darren Moore's Port Vale side for direct long throws and things like that, when we've been adopting that approach for much of this season and a bit of last. And, you know, I'm a Arteta fan, you know, I'm an Arteta backer, but I have to call it as I see it. On the quality of the English football pyramid, unbelievable how tough it is. And when you look at last night, Liverpool and Chelsea, and how long it took them to actually win the game, you know that you have to expect that if something different happens, great. But you know that you're going to have to really earn the right to win games here. Yeah, I mean, all the sides that should have won, really. Let's just say that. I mean, obviously, to different extents, Newcastle had a comprehensive win, as did Tottenham, but I mean, if you look at it, 8 or 9 of the sides that were clear favourites all came through it, albeit some tougher than others. On if it was his intention to play Bukayo Saka for an hour, no, it was planned. 60 minutes was the maximum. We had 4, almost 5 players already in the lineup that we had to get him out for different reasons, especially for load and coming from long periods out, so we planned for that. The good thing is that nobody got injured, so he has no muscular issues, so that's a very positive thing again. Yeah, so obviously I'm going to presume it's people like Norgard, Saka had issues, and then Ben White. I think they're the main ones really, and then the rest were just kind of giving minutes to players who needed it. On the fact we can make lots of changes, yes. And what we need to do as well, apart from that, is generate the performances that we want with the players that haven't really played together, with a completely different midfield that never played together before, with a front line that is different as well. Max coming in as well and connecting immediately with the team. It's a lot of positives to take from the game. I think the main and only real positive that we want to take from the game is the fact that we won, kept another clean sheet, emerge unscathed. I think that's the main thing. We go to St James's Park now on the back of a few wins. Well, on the back of 1 win and after the disappointing result of the weekend. But it's a chance to get our season well and truly back on track at a stadium where we've struggled in recent years. On the competition ahead of this weekend's game with Newcastle United. Yeah, I just touched on that as well. And that's exactly what we want. That they're giving us and me those headaches, because I mean that they are so connected with the team that they really want to help the team and deserve to play, and everybody will play a lot of minutes. Yeah, as I said a few press conference analyses ago, I think during the summer Mikel sat down with the squad and said, right, we're anticipating 55 to 60 games this season. We've got a squad of about 25 top players, so it's about sharing the workload out. There's going to be injuries, as we're enduring currently. We've got about 5 or 6 top players out already. So the squad's been, tested to an extent. I think Max Darman is the kind of bonus player, if you like, because his position will probably be the right stroke centre mid, but I think you'll see him predominantly come off the right. But obviously you got Saka, Madueke there, but because Madueke has gone down now, Dalman's the immediate kind of, he's the immediate substitution for Saka, as we saw today. So yeah, the competition for places is really heating up. Trossard's come on and got himself another goal. Martinelli seems to be back in form, and yeah, it looks good so far. On Ebere Eze's performance, he played very essentially against a team that's obviously with a 5-4-1. They are super compact inside. It's not easy to find spaces, but he's very capable with the ball. You've seen that at another 3 or 4 actions that he's completely through. People play him through. He needs to still play a little more time with those guys to understand the timings, especially the things that he needs to do. And then actions like that will be more consistent and better for us. In general, very good. Here is still a lot more to give, I think. Yeah, I mean, Eze had a good performance. I think he's starting to get into his rhythm now. Didn't have the greatest of games in Bilbao last week, but the last 2 games, he's got himself a goal and assist, and I think he will start against Newcastle for sure. The question is where, whether it will be centrally or on the left, but I'm confident he'll start that game. On if he's one of our most versatile attackers, yes, probably yes. And at the end, what we want to do with him is to get him in positions and spaces that he can create his magic moments and a difference in a team. And some that will be from the wide area, some that will be from the right or left in relation to the opponent. Eze being versatile, for me, depends what you class as versatile. For me, he can play in 2 positions at a high level, which is centrally or on the left. I don't really see him playing off the right, but in terms of the other attackers that we have, yeah, Madueke is pretty much only 1 position, as is Saka. And then Trossard, 1/2, he can play as a false 9 off the left. And Martinelli, I think, can play centrally and off the left. So yeah, you could say that in a way, because I think in terms of playing multitude of positions, 2, he can play both of them at a very high standard, and the drop-off from him playing from centrally to the left isn't as much as, let's say, our other attackers. And lastly, on facing Brighton and Hove Albion in the next round. No, a tough one. At least we're at home. So that's obvious. So that's always a positive thing. But we know they are top side and it will be a difficult night. Yeah, Brighton is probably one of the worst draws we could get because there's such a sticky, chewing gummy side that, we've struggled with Brighton in the last, let's say, 5-6 years. For me, Brighton could gate crash that top 6-7. They really should with the players that they got. There's something going on at Brighton this season. They've steamrolled both teams that they faced in the Carabao Cup, 2nd and 3rd round, 6-0, both away. They come to the Emirates, a place that they've had some joy over the last few years, and they knocked us out of the Carabao Cup about 3 years ago as well. I was there when Danny Welbeck scored a penalty against us. So yeah, as I reiterate, I think that's one of the toughest draws we could have got. I was actually hoping that we got Liverpool away because I'm still smarting from the Anfield defeat earlier on. Was it early this month, late last month? Whenever it was, a couple of weeks ago. But hopefully we can get them at some point in both cups, or maybe in all the cups, including the Champions League.